Asia is a complicated place. It is filled with extremely unique cultures and a complex tapestry of religious and ethnic divides. That's why I thought we'd start the semester with the big picture and give you just a quick glance of Asia today. As with the rest of the semester, just focus on the patterns you see across Asian history from the past into the present. With over 4 billion people, Asia is not only the most populous on Earth, but also the largest in terms of economic potential. India alone has almost 1.4 billion people, and within 10 years will become a larger economy than even the UK. With nuclear weapons, an extremely diverse society, and a reputation as the world's largest democracy, India will soon be a top world power alongside the US and the European Union. China, with 1.3 billion, has regained its ancient status as a superpower, and despite being a one-party communist state, has seen such rapid economic growth that it will be arguably replacing the United States as the world's leading economy within 30 years. Others say just 10. It has become the dominant power across Asia, and now even in Africa. And with nuclear weapons, and one of the largest armies on Earth, China is forcing Western observers to give a renewed appreciation to Asian civilizations. Japan, known for centuries as an isolated hermit society, has become a unique economic giant that is simultaneously traditional, ethnocentric, and culturally distinct, and yet also extremely open to external investment and globalization. Japan's unprecedented growth has made it one of the top 5 richest countries, and at the forefront of modern scientific innovation. Japan is also unique in that it has essentially no military since the United States abolished it after World War II. Japan claims to be a neutral or pacifist country since it suffered 2 atomic bombings by the United States in 1945. But this obscures the fact that Japan today takes almost no responsibility for covering up some of humanity's worst atrocities, which we will explore later. Only recently, with the threat of China and North Korea, is Japan slowly rebuilding a full military. On the other hand, Korea, once an isolated kingdom for centuries, has achieved rapid growth that has even overtaken Japan in the last 2 decades, and is now a major global economy and regional power. But decades of endless conspiracies between North and South Korea continue to make the Korean Peninsula a flashpoint that puts all of Asia at risk of nuclear conflict. Later in the semester, we will be stepping into the mind of Kim Jong-un's bizarre personality cult and try to understand the most isolated society in the world today. As these Asian giants advance, Western observers are watching with great fear for the future. Each country has its own unique ambitions, and because many are dictatorships, it is very hard to predict what the consequences will be for the future. Just to show you one example of how fragile Asia is today, later in the semester we will see why most Asian countries are on the brink of nuclear war over uninhabited islands in the South China Sea. The rest of Asia has huge potential, but is often dragged down in chronic ethnic and religious conflict that we will see throughout the semester. As we speak, a genocide is happening in Burma, and millions of Muslims are fleeing Buddhist killing squads and have become refugees all over the world. So what's next? Now that you've gotten a quick look at Asia today, this week you will see how Eastern civilization came to be. Asia today is the fusion of over 2,000 years of exchange between India, Europe, and East Asia. This week, focus on what technologies and ideas spread from India to East Asia through diplomacy and trade to allow for the formation of permanent societies in Asia. Westerners today are often surprised that China and India are becoming such superpowers, when in reality they have been intermittent superpowers for over 2,000 years. Try to find what ideas of exchange between East and West made Eastern civilization possible today. Most importantly, focus on religion and politics. Westerners today struggle to understand why Asia has such a history of brutal dictatorships over 2,000 years. Today, Asia is full of dictatorships with extreme government censorship, including China, Vietnam, North Korea, Laos, Thailand, and more. This week, try to understand why most of Asia has preferred order, stability, and collective well-being to the extreme freedom, liberty, and democracy that Westerners expect for the world today. Second, see how 2,000 years of spiritual exchange between India and Asia have shaped how the East understands the nature of life, politics, justice, and equality ever since. Most Asians today follow religions that came from India. Hinduism is followed by more than 800 million people in India and Nepal, but also by over 5 million people in Bali and Indonesia due to centuries of exchange. Buddhism, which came to Asia from India, is the dominant religion in almost all of Southeast Asia and is followed by millions in China, but China's communist atheism makes it hard to know what role religion plays in Chinese society. Islam came to East Asia by way of Indian merchants and is the main religion in Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, the southern Philippines, Indonesia being the world's largest Muslim country. There are over 100 million Muslims in India, which is an ongoing divide that continues to create conflict in the world's largest democracy today. Christianity has been in Asia for almost 2,000 years, but has only become a major force since the 1800s thanks to Western missionaries. Today, the Philippines is a devoutly Catholic country, and Korea's largest religion is now Protestantism by most estimates. Millions of indigenous people across Southeast Asia and India have converted to Christianity or are in the middle of decades of religious holy war between Christians, Buddhists, and Muslims that we will see later in the semester. Whew! As you have seen in this video, Asia is extremely complex. I hoped a quick video would give you just the big picture to see the continuities between the past and the present in Eastern civilization. If you are ever confused, please ask for help as you explore Asia's beginnings this week.